The Free State of Saxony has 4.5 million inhabitants and is located in the eastern part of Social Federal Republic of Germany. Saxony borders Poland and Czech Republic. The capital is Dresden, with over 500,000 inhabitants. Famous Elbe River flows through the city. Dresden is one of the most beautiful cities in Germany. The buildings in the center of the city date from the royal dynasty of 17th and 18th century, times when Dresden was capital of the Saxony dynasty. The beauty of the city inspired people to call it Prince on Elba. The city has 8th century history with several ups and downs. First time the city is mentioned in 12th century, and 3 centuries later it became the capital of Saxony dukes. During the second half of 18th century, Dresden was brutally destroyed. The first attack was during the 7 Years' War, and the second was during Napoleon conquers. During Napoleon times, French army was stationed in Dresden. Still, the city survived all attacks and became revolutionary cradle in 1848. Dresden has many coal mines, which contributed greatly to the industrialization. Thus, the city developed its biggest economic center during the end of 19th and beginning of 20th century. The number of citizens increased constantly for 100 years, and during 1933 reached 650,000. In February 1945, the Allies bombed the city and completely destroyed the old part of this beautiful city on Elba. Still, just like a phoenix, Dresden rose again and started shining with its fullest beauty. Most of the buildings, for example the Royal Castle Zinger, impressive by its size, the Catholic Church, Zemper Opera House, Church of Holy Mother, Art Academy and historical Baroque buildings in the center of the city were reconstructed after the Second World War, and especially after Germany was reunited. Dresden has kept the magic even after all these misfortunes. Citizens of Dresden, especially elderly, are inclined to speak about history and culture and share their experiences. The last greater reconstruction was the one of the Church of the Holy Mother, which lasted for 13 years. The reconstruction finished in 2005, and for that they needed 125 million euros. The Ladies' Church, as the locals call it, had been destroyed completely. But today, due to its grandiosity, besides for religious purposes, it is also being used for concerts. Dresden has become cultural, administrative, political, and educational center in former East Germany. It is also part of the metropolitan area called Saxon Triangle, together with Leipzig and Chemnitz. Today, it is a modern city moving smoothly towards EU norms and standards fulfillment. After the Iron Curtain fell in 1989, East Germany entered transition period, and parallel with this, there was a process of state capital transformation. Inspired by these processes, GTZ Red Macedonia, through the regional office in Štip and in Vent, organized a study tour for 20 mayors from the East and Southeast Planning region of Macedonia. This tour was a great opportunity for the mayors to exchange ideas and empirical evidence with their colleagues from the regions in Saxony. Ministry of Inner Affairs of Saxony is responsible for regional development. This ministry established a working group together with other ministries, economy, agriculture, culture and social affairs, in order to implement regional priorities. The management and the financing is done in regressive manner for duration of 3 years, which means that the final phase, the region and the local self-governments have the authority over the process up to the final phase of implementation. The Ministries of State Saxony, in cooperation with federal government and EU funds for economic development, donate funds, and the local governments, in joint cooperation, are the ones to implement those regional projects. Saxons and East Germans in general realize that individual municipalities and smaller cities are not able to invest in capital projects on their own. No local community is able to bear the burden of financing a project alone. Without the support of the region, projects will lose the sustainability component for regular functioning. Besides this, it is necessary to have transparency in working. It means giving precise information to the tax units for the plans and programs, as well the amount they have to pay in order to implement it. They should have wonderful product or offer, yet, if it's not presented timely, it could be a bad investment. This is the reason why regional projects always include trade and tourism marketing. About 30 kilometers southwest from Dresden, there is a small settlement called Nebelstadt. This village has 80% Sorbian. There are a minority that speaks West Slavic language similar to Czech and Polish language, and is not connected to Serbian language. They were named by the area where they settled. This area covers the part of Saxony and Brandenburg. Most of them are Protestants, but they wanted to show their affection towards all religions. So they have created a Zulu doll, and this is the mascot of their city. After the brick factories were closed, they have started producing eco-food and biogas. The local community has 1,250 inhabitants, and their municipal budget is 1,200,000 euro. This is a lot of money even for a German municipality. Greatest amount of the funds is used for innovative ideas that bring brighter future for the young people and networking in the region. They have incorporated traditional hospitality to the maximum as part of the alternative tourism offer. In order to improve the touristic offer, they have bought old utensils from other places, and for small amount they have adapted and fit the new utensils in the new environment.